Hey everyone, welcome to the video. And today we have John Fawole on our show. We are talking about Web3 market space, how to get in a job in your first take in a Web3 space. So John is an experienced person in a Web3 space. He is working as a content developer, smart contracts. So it will be fun to connecting with you, John. And it would be great if you just start with a little bit introduction about yourself.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having me around, Ganesh. I mean, I've known Ganesh for quite some time now on social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, and he's a great guy, a good developer, doing good stuff. And it's awesome to be here. Thank you once again. So about me, my name is John, and I'm a technical writer, a smart contract developer, and I'm leading the team at Blockchain Alpha, which is basically a technical marketing
Yeah.
company. And I mean, it's been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Short and sweet. So recently I connected with Victor and I talked to with him that's like Web3 introduction. We talk about Web3 current scenario of job market. So in this video, I am to more focus on like how to get first job in Web3 space, a little bit of technical writing and content creation. So the first thing that I want to know about Developer Dao, like what it is, like is the platform to learn Web3 or is it specific something? Tell us about more about Developer Dao.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm a member of Developer Dao, and basically what the community is all about is getting uh technical hands in Web3 together, and that just to create that community so that, let's say, if you want to hire anybody in a kind of domain, it will be easier to hire them. I feel quite a lot of Web3 companies have hired from Developer Dao because they're technical and just like a community of technical guys around.
Okay, so it's community for Web3 folks to get the networking and connection job stuff. So that's the developer DAO
Yeah,
in short.
basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's great too. And there are Web3 scams are also going on in the market. There are like a lot of people losing their money from Bitcoin wallets and all those stuff. Also, jobs Web3 jobs are also scamming the people, like sending the message that we are hiring for Web3 and that not responding. So if someone just started with the Web3 looking for a job, what are the platforms that you suggest them to just apply and get first take job into that, and how to stay protected from these scams?
Okay. Well, I want to be quite practical because the thing is, when you actually talk about something like scam and all this stuff, people always think you can tell them, okay, don't sign this stuff, don't do this, don't do that. And that sounds smart, but that's where social engineering comes in. Like there is a way these guys can cook it sometimes that if you are not too much on the alerts, you really fall for them. I mean, I've had a couple of encounters with them. So like the general stuff I would still say is that, like, be extremely careful and be very sure of anything you want to do when you are signing any message. Let's say, before you do something on MetaMask to ask you to sign it, be very careful. Then for developers, I was hearing something recently that even for auditors, like someone will tell you to audit their protocol, they'll send a file to you, which is actually, what's it called? A file that contains this bug or this scamming stuff. So immediately you run it on your terminal. I mean, that's it. So like it's kind of very funny here. So like you have to be very careful. I feel there are this stuff you can use to check links if they are not what's it called, malicious. So you can check links before you run them. You can check files before you run them. That makes it easier. At the end of the day, like, there are really no rules around here. It's just about you being extremely super careful. Yeah.
So like staying awake about your data, carefulness is the first step of the security that you have to follow in Web3 space. Like stay careful and stay protected with while
Yeah.
signing or clicking on particular links or someone sent you particular message. So just stay away, like stay careful about all the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. That's it.
And And also want little bit of technical writing, like the focus is content creation. Is in Web3, content creation is really help to get the first take job in Web3 space. What do you think,
No,
like
okay, for me, there are different stories by different people anyway. But like for me, I actually found this easy to do technical writing with three. In fact, I feel I was learning how to be a good developer while on my first technical writing job. But let me be honest though, what I think kind of helped me was that before coming to pure technical writing, I've been doing content marketing like since. So, I mean, on the marketing and writing side, I didn't really have much issues. I just needed to be more technical and be a good developer. So, like, how I got my first stuff was I wrote something generally. Then I cited this company in the content, like, okay, they are doing good in this stuff. Like, just saying it by the way. And someone from there saw it and was like, okay, this is good. Then they reached out to me and they were like, can I work for them? I said, okay, no problem. Then that was how I started working for them. I think the first question they asked me then was that, can I do developer focused stuff? Then I had to be honest. I mean, I was like, I didn't used to do this before, but it's something I can find my way around and just give full focus and get it done. Then I feel I worked for like 4 months or so before moving on.
okay. So like here is my opinion. Like technical writing will help you. You have to be a very tech focused person. Like learn what you're learning. Like share in a form of content, just like technical. If you build some projects, just like smart contracts or something, so just share or like what steps that you follow, where you learn any resources, and explain the more technical stuff in the writing stuff, like what a particular function will do in the particular code. So that will be really helpful for the other person as well and for you as well. So that's how technical writing,
Yeah.
in my
Correct.
opinion, will help. So like I also want, like if I'm new to Web3 and want to learn about Web3, so is there any particular roadmap that you give to me in a short way? Learn first JavaScript or fundamentals of Web3, then smart contracts, and then NFT, then tokens. Is there any particular roadmap that you can give us to start with Web3?
Okay. Let me just give this. If you are just starting with Web3, I feel the best place to start is to learn about crypto. Even though
Crypto?
Web3 is
Okay.
wider than crypto, of course, definitely.
Okay.
But like the best place to start is crypto. Like I started learning about crypto, how everything works. So this layer one, layer two, token wrapping, yield bearing tokens, protocols, and all those stuff. And for me, I learned the majority of my basic stuff from Binance Academy. I mean, those guys are actually very simple. Like their stuff is very simple to, even if you were not in
Yeah.
the space before, you grab. So I mean, that was how I started. And then for anyone who has known a bit about crypto well, then start expanding, know about core blockchain itself. And that's where I recommend Mastering Ethereum. That book is good, deep, and technical, and also simple a bit too, depending on your experience. So it's quite simple too.
Yeah.
So like Mastering Ethereum. Then if you now want to be a developer, then start with what's it called? Solidity by example. Yeah, I feel
Okay. Yeah.
that's the resource I used. Then from there you find your way around.
Yeah. Like it's based on people experience, person to person, like how much experience that particular person have. So start with the crypto, expand what is crypto, how it works, and then go with the blockchain, and then solidity in smart contract, and this like explore the different varieties. So how much time it will take to learn some fundamentals of Web3 and get first job, or yeah, like, and I can start looking for job. Is there any specific time you can, 3 months, 6 months?
Okay, it depends on how um, the person is aggressive. For someone
Okay.
like me, when I was starting, I was very aggressive. I'm still aggressive a bit now, though. Like back then, I was very aggressive and I was spending, I don't want to exaggerate, but I was just spending a lot of hours studying then. And I feel like I got my first job the very first month. So if you can be very aggressive as you are learning, you are sharing what you are doing, participating in communities and all that, and you are so engaged within that first month, I'm very sure you should get a job. Yeah.
So yeah, like it depends again person to person, like how much experience that you have, how dedicated you are to your work, how harsh you learn, give to your about technical stuff and all the Web3 space. So like it depends person to person again.
Yeah.
uh yeah, like next thing that I want to know, how how you manage your physical health as a developer, because I see a lot of people struggle to manage their physical health as a developer, and I see a lot of your tweets where you share the about the gym things, and you maintain very well physics as a developer that I know. So like, is there any thing that you should follow, or any steps that you know, anything that you want to share with us?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I feel one thing I prioritize as a person is fitness. I mean, like, it's just so good to be fit. And as a developer or as probably a technical writer, this is something that's like, it's personally, it helps my performance, like the way I work, the way I think and all that. And apart from that, like if I'm in the best shape bodily, I'm always more productive. And it's just about what's it called? Putting your mind to it, actually. Like most people think gym people go to the gym every day and all that. I don't go to the gym every day. I don't really feel it's productive to go to the gym every day. Even your muscles have to relax, so you don't have to go every day. I go 3 times a week. Then I do home workouts. And home workout is really fun. You can start with what you can do. I start my home workout push-ups with 5 push-ups. That was what I could do when I started. And now I could do like total of 300. Nowadays I do 150 and just call it a day. So like it's just more of dedication. Within 30 minutes, you'll be done with home workouts. If your gym is close by, we should be done within max of 40 minutes or 30 minutes. So it's just more about
Okay.
dedication. And if you do it, you enjoy yourself, better sleep, better functioning brain. If I may put it that way, then you'll be more productive. So it's, yeah, I feel developers should also prioritize fitness.
Okay. Like for me, I also struggle a lot of health issues as a developer, because you have to sit long hours at the same chair, and you have to code without seeing the watch, and you have to build projects. Like it's difficult to manage health, but yeah, like it's good to have getting enough sleep, drink water, and head to gym basically.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, yeah.
that's uh, that basic fundamental that you can follow as a developer. So yeah, it's good to know. And again, how the community building and management, like it works in Web3, because I'm also a community manager. I work for some startups as a community manager, and like in the content and marketing part. But these companies are more focused on open source and that way. But how the actual community management and building works in the Web3 space, like how it actually works, how you get more people in your group or Discord server to just get and share their value, how it actually works in Web3.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Uh, I feel so far in a couple of cases where I've managed community and I've built community, one thing I realized is that, like, how do I put this? Don't build a community for yourself. How do I put this? Like, don't make the entire benefits of course, let's say your company is upright now and you are building a community
Okay.
of developers. They will use upright. I mean, definitely. But like, don't make it all about your company. To write value, let's say you do deployment and all that. Teach developers how to build stuff, how to deploy well, how to integrate your product with something else, how to teach them how to be a good developer in relation around what you do. Then by instincts, they will use your product. And I feel that's one thing with some Web3 or a lot of Web3 companies have come across do well. Like they put people first, they give value, and that's one, yeah, that's mainly the thing sustaining Web3, and that's what really helps communities to grow. In some other cases, before I got involved in core blockchain, where we were still doing more of crypto, like what most of those founders or some we worked with then believed in was, okay, when you do giveaway and you do all those stuff. And one thing we realized was that, okay, people will come, we'll do AMA, we'll ask them questions, they'll take giveaway money and go and not eventually use the product or so. And I mean, they'll just come for giveaway and leave. So that was when we discovered that, okay, put people first, give them value, help them do things, make life easier for them, then they'll be a good community member. They will even contribute to open source, do all this stuff voluntarily, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, like you mentioned a great point. Like, don't mention a community around the company and product. Just like do for the people, for developers that coming to your Discord for learning something new. Connect with the people, solve their issues. Like as you mentioned, like deployment. Is there an issue with deployment? Help them with the content, with other stuff. So that's a great point. And yeah, like same thing works with other space in that I work in other communities. They also do the same thing. So the like community works well around the product. Have you worked with any platform based product in your experience? If you know the app, right, the that you mentioned, have you worked with in your past with some similar to that?
Not really, because I don't really develop much around Web2 product. I mostly write my contracts. There was that one I was learning React, but I didn't really stay long learning React, so I'm not too good with Web2 languages.
Yeah. Okay. And how in Web3 the open source contributions are important as a developer? Because in other space, open source are very important. So, is there any specific project that you want to mention if someone just started and want to contribute to Web3 open source?
Okay. Yeah, quite a lot of them. I feel Foundry.
Okay.
Mainly, I contributed to the project I use Foundry, so I contributed to the project. I want to contribute to Solidity documentation when I have time. So like the Web3 community is receptive to open source, and I mean, instead of just complaining that something is not working this way, if you can do it and make it work this way, just raise a PR, we'll merge it. And I feel it's pretty much the way open source works in Web2. Like no serious differences.
Yeah, no serious differences. It works similar to, right? I think it's in Web3 it will be work something different, but that you mentioned it's same. Is nothing different. And like you also know the documentation are very helpful in terms of development in any field, just like not Web3 or other space. But what are the best resources that you can share with us in terms of documentations to learn Web3 or stay up to date with the Web3 technologies? Alchemy, it's one. Yeah, I know the one only.
Which one did you say you know?
Alchemy.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to recommend Alchemy first. So Alchemy has a very good documentation, followed by Third Web.
Oh.
Then I feel followed by Moralis. In my own ranking, though, I mean I love the documentation, especially Alchemy and Third Web, like so in depth and good.
What you mentioned, like, can you repeat that?
Alchemy, Third Web, and Moralis.
Okay, that three of them are really beginner friendly to start with Web3 and although. So yeah, that's three of them. Like thanks very to good. That share, because I see a lot of people struggle to get into Web3 and because there are very specific content on YouTube and other platform as well. Like there is very limited content, free content that I want to be specific. So people find difficulty to find content and start with the Web3. So these three that we John recently mentioned, you can start with that. So yeah, like that's the question from my side. Any other thing that I want to know is yeah, like you also attend a lot of conferences and Web3 spaces. So how that help you to connect with the people, network with the startup founders, and getting job, or in terms of like building your network more and more with the founders, like how that help in Web3, or would you suggest to
Okay.
any person to start attending conferences and meetups?
Okay, thank you. Well, one thing is, how do I say this? Is that conference are actually very good. I mean, I attended two so far this year, and I enjoyed myself. I met a lot of people, and it was very amazing. At the same time, I actually feel like people should pick the conferences that matter to them, right? Like you don't, except you're a DevRel who are probably representing a company, let's say as a person. I feel it's good to just pick the conferences you attend so you can, first of all, manage your money, of course, then
Yeah,
find the ones that.
money is
Then,
a bit.
I mean, yeah, there's some stuff
Yeah,
you go and
yeah,
you spend a lot
yeah,
and will they be worth
yeah,
it? So like just pick the ones you really love, then pick the ones that your guys will come around. If I want to go for a conference, I'll just post on my Twitter and be like, hey guys, I'll be going for this conference, or I plan to go to this conference. Will you guys show up? If most of my guys won't show up, I most likely might not go. So, but for me, I just see that a kind of a way of having fun. Then of course I'll meet people, and I feel one thing I've learned about events is that apart from the talk and everything, like just take your time, don't rush back home. Take your time to have side talks, all those after event talks. I feel on a connection level, they are always very important. And one thing I try not to do also is maybe DevRels will actually have a problem with this because they have to, of course, sell their company. But I
yeah,
feel you should not really sell your company that much. Like just talk to people, talk about if they are married men, talk about kids, raising kids, general life stuff. Then later on, when you have built connection, if you want them to work with your company, you can just tell them. And most times, 100% of the times, or let me say 90%, that method works. When they have known you as a person, working with your company won't be an issue. Like you'll just give in so easy.
yeah. Like I got your point. Like, several people got money or funded from the company to just travel and give the talk about the company in conferences, services that they provide, platform. But if you are not a developer, and if you're a developer, you have to manage money first. That's the first point that you like. I completely agree with you. Like money is like you have to manage if you're just a developer and want to attend all those stuff. So you have to be careful, not careful, but you have to be like clear with the meetups that it's really gonna be worth it for you or not. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
share some experiences that you got from any talk or conferences that you recently attend. Share
Okay.
some about, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I feel I went to Web3 Lagos, and I feel that was probably my best conference this year that I attended. I
Okay.
vibed, I enjoyed everything. And um there was a workshop. And personally, I believe that for technical guys, you should prioritize more of workshops than general events. I mean, like general events, people will come, give talks, which you most likely know before. For example, if someone is trying to give a talk about React generally, it's
Okay.
most likely not be any new thing to you. You'll be like, okay, I know Redux, I know all this stuff. But workshops are actually, for me, I found workshops more interesting and valuable because they teach you something you probably did not know before, or something you have not experimented with before. In the last stuff, I learned about invariant testing in smart contracts. And I'd been hearing about it before anyway, but I'd not really done it myself. And at that conference, the guy explained it quite well. When I go back home, I just started uh, I cooked up a documentation, then started finding my way around testing, and it's actually helped me. So, I mean, I feel that's one mind blowing thing I kind of
Yeah.
remember in that event. Just amazing.
Yeah. Like that's good. And like you mentioned the great points. If you know already the stuff like React, Redux, and so like, is there any talk that is mentioning the React and introduction, so you can skip and focus more on workshops and other important things that
Yeah.
going on the that particular conferences. So that's great to hear. I'm new to conferences. I mostly attend conferences from online due to the COVID situation in India. But right now, it's a lot of physical conferences are happening. So I'm trying to attend a few of them. Just trying to connect with the people. So that would be a really
Yeah.
great point for me to keep in mind while attending these sessions. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, uh,
And I think you
that's
have
it.
a great dev community in India. I mean, they're having Hyperdrive, a billion devs or so, push protocol, quite a lot of conferences in India, actually. I used to see them on Twitter and be like, ah, man, these guys are building so
Okay.
fast.
Yeah, like that's great. I'm glad to know that you know some of them, the Indian communities, the people are building. So that's great that people are connecting together from other countries and other part of the world. So that's great to hear. And
Yeah,
yeah, like I also connect with a lot of like Nigerian friends and Nigerian communities. Developer Dao is also a great community. I also connected in a few months, not right now, but I connected in few months, and they are good. Like they are sharing great resources. A lot of good folks around the community. They are helping.
yeah.
Like this is a great community. So, but like Nigerian people are very helpful in my opinion. They are really kind and really helpful. Uh,
Thank you,
I
thank you,
connected with
thank you.
Victor. Cynthia, if you know Cynthia Peter.
Cynthia Peters, yeah, I
Yeah,
know her.
she is a great technical writer. I read her articles and blogs about
Very
API
good, very good,
documentation.
very good.
They are like point up to the mark and like point to point. Like I learned so much thing from her. I'm trying to bring her on the session as well to focus on more on technical writing. But yeah, her articles are one of the best articles that I ever read.
Yeah. She's very good
Yeah.
actually. When I wanted to learn about DevRel one time, I feel Cynthia was one of the people I first reached out to, and like she even like held a call with me to explain how the whole thing works. You know, it's different than to read about and speak about DevRel and speak with someone who does DevRel. So like Cynthia really took time to explain to me that morning and do all those stuff. And I mean, I was really I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. Like I don't see her session, but I attend the Twitter spaces that she's explaining that technical writing and online DevRel stuff. So I love her the like how she think and how she explain the complex words in the simple term, complex uh, complex terms that I can say in a simple terms. So that's really great to meet her and like stay connected with her. Like and you and Victor, a lot of people. So yeah, that is great to connect with you all. And yeah, like
Yeah, thank you.
that's it from my side. Like these are the questions that I want to ask. And thanks for sharing your valuable
Okay, can
time,
I
John.
ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Like I thought I wanted to know, first of all, I must comment like your articles on practical dev. I mean, I've seen a lot of them on YouTube. So like I want to know like what's your motivation behind this YouTube stuff that you are, interviewing people. Like what's the
Yeah,
motivation?
like sure. So like start from very basic that I see a lot of people in my connection that they struggling to network with the people getting the first job. So just through the YouTube and all my content stuff, I want to share the what are the best practices that they can follow to get job, network, and the open source work and culture that I want to spread people. I'm also learning a lot of new things in Web3, in open source, in the JavaScript and Python stuff. But yeah, like a lot of people struggle to get some good resources that I want to share the best resources with them, how they can start it and how they can connect with the people, ask them from the help. And yeah, like that's the motivation behind all the creating YouTube and content stuff. But I'm more focusing on the technical part so I can share the more value to the people. So yeah,
Wow. I love that. I love that. I love that.
yeah,
Yeah, well
thank you.
done. Yeah, I love this.
So yeah, like that's it. And thanks for being here, John. I really appreciate the time that you share with us, and really grateful to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
yeah.